It's me, Stephanie, intentionally grateful. The no guts, all glory, Crohn's disease warrior. I'm asking for your help. I need you, your love, support, and donations to be donated to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation Atlanta Take Steps Walk. There are 3.1 million people living with inflammatory bowel diseases. For most of us, we are invisible. The world cannot see what we go through, how we suffer. But we can change that. You can help bring awareness to IBD by supporting me and anyone else who has IBD. 3.1 million of us need you. We're counting on your support. So join me and the Atlanta Take Steps Walk on June 6th. Support No Guts All Glory, the Crohn's disease warrior. Thank you. Intentionally grateful.
We're here with another member of Melanin Poppin'. Please share with us your name.
I am Priska Lawson.
What is your connection to inflammatory bowel disease?
I am a Crohn's. I was diagnosed with Crohn's in 2019 from the disease. And when I found out that I had it, I got in the parking lot. I was kind of devastated. And I got in the parking lot of the hospital and I initially called Stephanie. That was my first phone call because she has been so public with going through her battle.
Yes.
And I wanted to reach out because I felt like I needed somebody to talk to that would understand what I've been through so far to even get the diagnosis. And she has been such an inspiration to me in helping me get through this and making it easier to process. So even during those tough times of going through flaring moments with the Crohn's disease, she has been very pivotal in helping me with the process.
And you know, her and I spoke about the importance of mental health within the Black community and those who share illnesses and disabilities, Crohn's and colitis, inflammatory bowel disease. How important is it to you for mental health within your sickness?
Well, I have to admit, I feel like it's easier for me to admit now. I have actually gone through bouts of depression even prior to learning that I had Crohn's. So I realized at that point, when I was going through depression, I didn't know that I needed help. And just people that were close to me that saw what I was going through was after the death of my father, that went through a depressive point in my life. And so I ended up going through mental health assistance, and realized how important it was to me at that point. One of the questions that I was asked at that point was if I was suicidal. And I said, I'm not suicidal, but if God took me, I wouldn't care at that point. And so that's how important it was to me now, because at that point, when you're in it, you don't know that there's a way out. So I think, and I like to share with people, when you're going through, you have to talk to somebody. You have to be able to express yourself, somebody that understands and somebody that can feel your pain and help you move to the other side and let you know that there is a brighter side to where you're going. You don't have to stay in the darkness.
and that's important.
Mm-hmm.
So to those of you who are out there who are suffering mentally and physically, again, look into Melanin Poppin' and Intentionally Grateful. There are a lot of resources out there. There's the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Reach out to Stephanie, or you can even talk to Priska in her situation. She's experienced the same thing. So look into Melanin Poppin', looking into Intentionally Grateful, and there are resources out there to help you. Thank you. Hi, I'm Marion again, and I'm back with another member of Melanin Poppin'. What's your name and introduce yourself to us?
My name is Donna Etheridge. I am a native Atlantan, and I've had Crohn's disease now for 18 years.
Now, how did you get connected with Melanin Poppin'?
Well, Stephanie and I connected virtually,
Okay.
and then when I was in the hospital a few years ago, she came to visit. So that was our first in-person meeting, and she's just been a strong advocate. I call her my Crohn sister. And when she reached out to talk about Black women and IBD, I thought it was amazing. I think representation is important. And so when she extended the invitation to join the group, I couldn't say no.
Of course. Now, I know you talked about Stephanie reaching out to you. How important is it to you to have somebody of the same color as support or a support system as you go through your IBD journey?
It means the world to me. Before I met her, I didn't know anyone with Crohn's disease that looked like me. So we got connected because she was talking about it on her platform. I was talking about it on mine, and we have a mutual friend that connected us. So I was telling her I was stalking her page, and as I looked through her pictures, I saw how not only physically attractive she is, but just how she just radiates this light. And reaching out to her and connecting with her, I felt like I had been reunited with someone I've known all my life. And to have a Black woman of her caliber on this journey with me, it gives me so much hope, because she's been in the fight way longer than I have. So yeah, to just see her and just how she just always keeps going, she never gives up, she's always encouraging. It's so important because, like I said, I didn't know anyone that looked like me with Crohn's disease prior to meeting her. So
now, we speak a lot about mental health within the Black community and mental health within the Black community and those who have disabilities and diseases that they're fighting every day. What are some of the struggles, and you don't have to go into a lot of detail, but what are some of the mental struggles that you've had to deal with through your journey?
depression is real. Because this disease makes you feel isolated. And so you're spending a lot of time alone. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad still. So I would say depression, anxiety. And I can't say that I was tending to my mental health prior to, but during my hospitalization, what I realized on the back end is that people came in every day to check on my physical body, but nobody ever asked me how did I feel. And so just kind of tapping into that and getting that reinforcement mentally, it's the glue that holds everything together, because Crohn's responds to stress. And if you can't manage that stress and just kind of take control of your mental health, it's everything.
Well, I thank you for your membership and your participation in Melanin Poppin'. Again, I know that there are people out there who are struggling mentally and physically with this invisible disease of IBD, Crohn's, and Colitis. And if you have any questions, reach out to Melanin Poppin'. You have resources out there on the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation website, or you can reach out to Stephanie personally. You can also reach out to her. So we'll be getting information at the end of our segment, and you can reach out to anybody for resources to help you mentally and physically. Thank you. Let's start off by introducing yourselves.
I'm Deborah Woolridge.
I'm Marshall Woolridge.
Okay, and I see you guys are members of Melanin Poppin'. How did you guys get involved with the group?
Well, I met Stephanie through a mutual friend. I had told my UC story on Instagram. And so my friend reached out and said, hey, I would like to connect you with Stephanie. And so I connected with Stephanie. She told me her story. And I said, hey, you need to meet my sister. And so that's how we got involved.
Okay, so she got 2 for 1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, each of you can give a little insight about your journey with IBD. What were the struggles or the mental issues that you guys went through individually with this disease?
Well, I was diagnosed a lot sooner than she was. I was diagnosed at the age of 21. And so it was a mental struggle being younger, dealing with it. Wanting to do those things that everybody else do, you know, the drinking and stuff like that you can't do. So it was a struggle. And I've had issues that come from Crohn's. So that's been a great mental struggle for me. But I was able to overcome it.
And for me, I was diagnosed at the age of 50. I went in for my preventative colonoscopy, and then when I went back for my results, they said, you have UC. And I'm like, well, what's that? Because I had never had any symptoms or anything like that. And so my struggle was Humira. I had saw my sister had gone through being on Humira, and I got really depressed because they immediately wanted to put me on Humira. And I wanted them to try some sort of oral with me first. So that was my struggle getting through that.
Now, with your sister having been diagnosed long before you did, seeing her go through her struggle, how did that help you to prepare for your journey as well?
Well, with it being UC, I didn't know because I had never heard of ulcerative colitis. I had only known Crohn's. So I had no idea, so I had to do research and understand, you know, I was told it's the cousin to Crohn's, and so I was like, you know, that she had to just kind of let me talk myself out of it. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to do this. But, you know, bless God, I have not, you know, I've been on Humira, I've not had any symptoms. I'm 2.5 years in, and pretty much my life has been the same. So, yeah.
So, do you guys lean on each other as you go through your journeys together? Is there something that you guys can share as you both are going through? Like you said, you're going through the cousin part of Crohn's disease, but you guys are going through the same journey essentially. Is there something that you guys can do to lean on each other?
I think I lean a lot more on my sister because of what I'm going through now because of Crohn's. With my joint pain and stuff like that, not being able to do a lot of stuff. So I lean a lot on my sister and my daughter, and they kind of give me the emotional support. Because when I say I just can't, she's like, yes, you can. Or you can do this, you got this. It's not always going to be like this, Shell, you got this. So she gives me that emotional support greatly. She does.
And so just between the two of them being sisters and having the same journey, different diseases, but same journey, it goes to show you how the support in the Black community is important mentally and physically. So if you're looking for help or you're looking for support, reach out to Melanin Poppin', reach out to Stephanie, and you have each one of these beautiful ladies that you can reach out to on social media so you can get help and the support that you need. We're here with 2 additional members of Melanin Poppin', one of which is the youngest member of the group. Can you ladies introduce yourselves?
This is Lauren Campbell. She's 11 years old. My name is Shantae Katina Campbell, and I'm something old.
You don't have to give your age. It's okay. We know you're young. Now, with her being so young, let's touch base on her age and when she was actually diagnosed. At what age was she diagnosed?
She was diagnosed at 5.
At 5. And that's such a young age. At that young of an age, what are some of the struggles that you had to endure with her journey, you know, as she's grown up between 5 and 11? What are some of the things that you guys had to struggle with?
I think the biggest thing is just letting her be comfortable with being around people, because a lot of times she'll become isolated. She wants to be by herself. So I think that is just trying to get her socially engaged with other individuals.
How did you guys get involved with Melanin Poppin'?
We got involved with Melanin Poppin' because I myself am a patient advocate for those people of color with Crohn's and colitis. So my mom and my son had ulcerative. My mom had Crohn's and my son had IBD. So Stephanie and I met working on Washington doing the Day on the Hill, 2020, through a virtual thing. We were the only African Americans on our team, so we linked up like that.
So you have dealings with the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation as well. Now we know that they are a resource to look to for information on IBD, Crohn's and colitis, UC, everything, all of those invisible diseases. As far as her mental health goes, what do you guys do to advocate for mental health?
Engage in cooking. You want to talk? And tell them what you like to do.
What are some of the things you like to do? You like to cook? What do you like to cook? What grade are you in? Fifth. Do you like school? No. But you have an awesome grandmother. You have an awesome mother who advocate for your health. They advocate for your mental health and your physical health, and I think that's wonderful. Again, as young as she is, it doesn't matter what age you are. You could be 5, you could be 55. If you're struggling mentally or physically and you need someone to reach out to, Melanin Poppin is available to you. You can reach out to Stephanie. You can reach out to any one of these beautiful ladies, and they'll be willing to support you, assist you, and lead you in the right direction. Thank you, ladies. We have another beautiful member of Melanin Poppin. Introduce yourself to us.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Hooks, and I'm from Augusta, Georgia.
All right, it's nice to meet you, Kimberly.
Thank you, nice to meet you too.
How were you introduced to Melanin Poppin?
I actually met Stephanie through a friend in college. So I would say probably in 2018, I became real sick. I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and I began to start posting on social media on Facebook. And Dewana, who went to Savannah State with me, is Stephanie's niece. So when I start posting, she was like, hey, my aunt, also suffers from IBD. So she kind of connected us together. And at that time, I was actually being hospitalized. And Stephanie actually, not knowing me from anything, we never met. She actually came to the hospital to visit me.
What year were you diagnosed?
So I was diagnosed in 2009. So it's been about 10 years or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a while.
Now, what has your journey been like mentally and physically after your diagnosis?
I want to say in the beginning stages, I honestly was not really too educated on IBD. I really didn't understand it fully. So mentally, I was pretty okay. I just went in saying, hey, I just need to take this medication, heard the doctor, and I'll be okay. But years went on, and my symptoms began to get worse. I went from taking 12 pills a day to doing infusions every month. So as it got worse, my mental health, it got worse. I'm a mother of 2 kids, a wife, and just being sick, experiencing fatigue, it was definitely a struggle for me to try to make it day by day, going to work and do normal things. So it was really rough for me.
Now, we see that each one of these ladies individually, they live their lives separately, but they all are binded by this invisible disease, and they're all struggling with mental and physical illnesses. Now, if anybody out there, I'm still advocating, if anybody out there needs support or they need help, just someone to talk to, someone to reach out, and you have questions about mental health, physical health while dealing with Crohn's, colitis, UC, IBD, any one of these invisible diseases, please reach out to Melanin Poppin or one of these beautiful young ladies, and they'll assist you and get you into the right direction that you need to be.